Alrighty guys, we're back for some Boros equipment, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I build all kinds of different decks, but I do prefer aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well. Also, we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? First of all, this was a request down in the comments to return to Boros equipment, but make it a little bit more budget friendly. So hopefully I landed on something well enough here. Now the mana base is not budget friendly by any means, but feel free to make it more budget friendly with like Windscarred Crag, or Cabaretti Courtyard is also a very good budget option for mana bases, right? Okay, but what do we actually got packed in here? We got Diamond Pickaxes, a 4 of. This is a 1 mana equipment with Indestructible. Nice. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. Nice. Now the equip cost is 2, but maybe we can kind of treat it as equip cost for 1 because it pays itself back. But no, not really, I know. But also, like, the treasure tokens are going to go a long way in a deck like this. We know how mana hungry certain Boros equipment decks can actually be. I do think this is going to be one of those decks. Even though I only opted for 23 total land, there's a reason I opted for all 4 Diamond Pickaxe. Okay, more new stuff. We got Deconstruction Hammer here. This is a 1 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, for 3 mana, you can tap it. Sacrifice Deconstruction Hammer, destroy target artifact or equipment, then the equip cost is only 1. Nice. Not bad, guys. You know what it reminds me of? Citizen's Crowbar. We got 2 of them in here. There's a ton of stuff that we just don't see too often, so bear with me, guys. This one might take a second. So Citizen's Crowbar is a 2 mana artifact equipment. When Citizen's Crowbar ETBs, you create a 1/1 green white citizen creature token, then attach Citizen's Crowbar to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, for a white mana, you tap this. Sacrifice Citizen's Crowbar, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Nice. And then equip cost 2. So the equip cost is a little steeper, the mana is a little steeper, but you're also getting the citizen too. It's also a little cheaper for only the white mana to tap it. So I actually don't know which one's better. I think it's going to be completely situational sometimes. Having both of them in here though, like I said, a lot of great enchantments, a lot of great artifacts that we would not mind hitting with either of these. So utility picks, right? Dire Flail is a 1 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip cost is only 1. And then you can craft this with an artifact. So when you craft it, you exile another artifact you control or artifact card in your graveyard, then you exile it and then you return it transformed. Now the craft cost on this is pretty high, so for 3 and double red. So it transforms into Dire Blunderbuss, which is an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has, whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice an artifact other than Dire Blunderbuss. When you do, this creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Man, I wish that said any target so bad. So I don't know how often we actually craft this. Also, the Dire Blunderbuss equip cost is only 1 too, so yeah, it's not bad. We'll see, we'll see. Rocking 4 rabbit batteries, going to be terrific in here. So it's a 1 mana 1/1 with haste. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has haste, and then the reconfigure is a red. So yeah, not bad. Got a 1 of Hunter's Blowgun, and I'll go over in a second why we have so many 1 ofs in here. But this is a 1 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. The equip cost is 2. Equipped creature has Death Touch as long as it's your turn. Otherwise, it has Reach. Nice. So this will help us swing in against, you know, certain board states. Maybe they have Shieldred and they really don't want to block with Shieldred with a Death Touch creature or something. So yeah, you never know. Or if they do, then it's probably just going to be a really good trade in your favor. Then when it's your opponent's turn, if they're swinging in with like a whole bunch of Phoenix Chick in the air or something, yeah, that Reach could really come in handy. So kind of another utility pick here. We have a 1 of Ossification, being able to clean up a lot. Speaking of Shieldred, right? We have 2 Planar Disruptions, also able to just take things out of the equation. Now, this is not one that deals well with Shieldred, because Shieldred's ability will still be gone, but still going to be a solid piece of removal that can actually also hit artifacts too, so that'll be interesting to see how often that comes into play. I am seeing a little bit more vehicles. There's that like 2 mana blue vehicle that I've been seeing, so could be interesting to see if Planar Disruption takes that out of the equation today. I have a couple Bespoke Battlegarbs as a 2 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. It has a quick cost for 2, but it also has this celebration. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under your control this turn, attach Bespoke Battlegarb to up to 1 target creature you control. I think it's going to be really easy to pull off that celebration in this build. I mean, first of all, we have so many 1-mana cards, but second of all, we have the 4 Mirrodin cards as well. So Hexgold Halberd here is a 2-mana artifact equipment. 4 Mirrodin means it comes into play, and you get a 2/2 red rebel creature token that attaches to the Hexgold Halberd as well. As long as it's your turn, equipped creature has first strike and trample, so that's actually pretty good, man. The trample really comes in handy. But I'll tell you what, if you got like Hexgold Halberd attached to the same creature that you have Hunter's Blowgun on, then we know how powerful first strike death touch actually is. So maybe just helping us get a ton of extra damage through at that point. The equip cost is a 2 and a red. Pretty solid, guys. I believe it is. We have a 1 of Gilded Pinions here. Sometimes you just need to fly in. Also generating a treasure, not half bad. It really isn't. Okay, what's the deal with all the 1-ofs in here? Well, we got Kellan the Fae-Blooded, 3 of them. So this is 3 mythic spots, unfortunately. It's a 3-mana 2/2 double strike. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 for each aura and equipment attached to Kellan the Fae-Blooded. But it has that adventure side. Birthright Boon, Sorcery Speed Adventure. Search your library for an aura or equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Nice. So we have a whole bunch of 1-ofs in here because we're treating that adventure as just like a crazy utility. Grab whatever we need for whatever situation we need, right? Yeah, the opponent has way too many blockers on the ground. Grab a Gilded Pinions. Maybe that'll help you wrap up the game. Maybe you need some haste for the turn. Rabbit Battery might be the pick, right? Or yeah, maybe you gotta destroy an opponent's wedding festivity because it's buffing their board too much, or wedding announcement for that matter, right? But yeah, grab a Deconstruction Hammer or a Citizen's Crowbar. Need to take a Shieldred out of the equation, grab Ossification out of the deck, right? So yeah, just a utility pick for the adventure side of Kellan. Going to be very important here. We have Rebel Salvo, going to be excellent removal. Hey, speaking of Shieldred, man, I know it's like the only creature I know about, but a 3-mana instant speed affinity for equipment. So I think more often than not, this is just going to be 1 mana, dude. So Rebel Salvo deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, there's just a ton of things that you really need to do 5 damage to. The fact that this hits planeswalkers too is wild to me. Got Bladehold War-Whip. This 3-mana artifact equipment has 4 Mirrodin as well. So more ways to get like the celebration on the Battlegarb and whatnot. And I tell you what, dude, you got the Bladehold War-Whip coming down and you're attaching the Bespoke Battlegarb to it on the same turn. Maybe you'll also be able to attach like Rabbit Battery. Dude, this could be seriously explosive. Oh, what else does this do, by the way? Equipped abilities you activate of other equipment cost 1 less to activate. Equipped creature has double strike. Nice. Now the equip cost on this is 3 and Boros color, so very steep on the Bladehold War-Whip, but it's going to be worth all 4 of them for sure. Getting to the top end, here's some more of the rares of the build. This is Astor, Bearer of Blades, 4 mana, 4/4 legendary creature. When it ETBs, you look at the top 7 cards of your library. That's a chunk of cards, dude. Reveal an equipment or vehicle card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Equipment you control have equip 1. Nice. So that obviously combos really well with the Bladehold War-Whip too. Essentially giving all of your equipment equip 0, which could be pretty wild. Also, vehicles you control have crew 1, but we don't have vehicles in here. Yeah, Astor is going to be a great one. We have a 1 of Nahiri, Forged in Fury. Maybe we want more of these, but like I said, we're trying to make it as budget friendly as possible. So at most, I could see going up to maybe 2 of these. And if you have it, maybe testing 3, but I don't know, that might be pushing it. That's a 6 mana, 5/4 legendary creature, affinity for equipment. So it costs 1 less to cast for each equipment you control. Whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, you exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment spells this way without paying their mana cost. Nice. Now, if we can get this cheap enough, if we can get this down to like 3 mana, a 3 mana 5/4 is wild enough in and of itself. And now if we're getting free stuff off of it too, that's just a lot of value, man. So like I said, it's not a budget mana base. We got Battlefield Forge, we got Sundown Pass, also rocking a Restless Bivouac here. Crucible of Defiance, Seat of the Empire. Like I said, not budget at all. Feel free to trade them out. I did say that at the beginning, right? I don't know. It's been so long. So Windscarred Crag is a great one to trade out. It'll slow you down. Same concept as Cabaret Courtyard. It'll also slow down your early turns, unfortunately. But yeah, if you need to add budget mana base, those are your picks. More budget options to potentially trade out some of the other stuff. I thought about like a Bane Splitter. I almost read it as Bane Spitter. Barbed Batterfist I thought about for a little bit. Thran Power Suit almost made the cut. Bronze Plate Boar. I thought maybe we could use some more actual creatures in here, right? So definitely honorable mentions for a reason here. Actually, I don't know if this would be any good, but I thought about Idol of the Deep King as well. It has like flash, it deals 2 damage to any target, a 3 mana steep, and I don't know how often we'd actually craft it for the equipment side either, but yeah, I thought about it, so. Okay, guys, is that everything? Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, right into that first game. Let's go. What am I expecting from the build? A little bit of jank, but I totally think it can get there. Totally think it can get there. Yeah. Oh. This is a good hand, right? Well, we don't have a guaranteed turn 2. Okay. We could guarantee the turn 2, keep Rabbit Battery back for now. Yeah, to get the Restless Bivouac down. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. We don't need Rabbit Battery on the board right now. Let's just make sure we curve out nicely. Okay. Waiting on the opponent here. Let's go ahead and pause the recording until they show up. The opponent has arrived. Let's start with that Restless Bivouac. Yeah, turn 2 Crowbar. Turn 3 Bladehold War-Whip. It's a great curve, man. It really is. Oh, we would have been able to go turn 1 Rabbit Battery. We got the Forge, but it's probably still a little bit risky. No guarantee of actually seeing an untapped land, you know what I mean? Hey, there's our 2-2. Look at it go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Orzhov colors, guys. Spot removal for days, the deck. You know, I'm not too concerned about a lot of spot removal. I wonder how this deck fares. I think it could totally continue to push damage through. Planar Disruptions. Being a 2-of in the build, not something you want to see against the opponent not playing any creatures, you know what I mean? So, 1 less to cast. Alright, we start with the swing, see what happens, and then we'll play the Bladehold War-Whip. Okay, 2 goes through. Let's get this down. Yeah, at this point, I'd say we have... Yeah, we don't want to see removal off the top. Not versus this yet. Unless, like, the opponent just starts spamming out angels, and then I'm just like, oh, thank goodness for this removal, right? But even then, maybe it could be clerics, too. Okay, there's the go for the throat number 1. Spirited Companion. Okay, we still gotta think about the opponent having like a cut down and whatnot. Get Battlefield Forge down. We could power up Restless Bivouac, but again, do we play around a cut down? Because Bivouac swing isn't bad. Maybe buff the Citizen. It could also just be Halberd and then attach the Rabbit Battery, right? That could be pretty good too. Actually, that's probably better than risking losing my land, right? Not bad. It's not bad, dude. We curved out really nicely. They can trump the 2-2 for less damage. Bladehold War-Whip is not ready to equip yet. That cost 5 to re-equip, unless we get another one down, and then they do make each other a little bit cheaper. Or like Astor, right? Astor off the top would be insane, actually, because like we play that and then just start. Well, wait. Yeah. It combos with the Bladehold. What am I saying? So all of our equipment would be 0. Ossification. Okay, Rabbit Battery still kicking. Opponent's at 15. Are we gonna get there, guys? These double planar disruptions just not doing anything against this build. This equip cost is 2. Doesn't help us. It's gotta be the Restless Bivouac for the turn, right? Maybe we put the Rabbit Battery on this, play around a board wipe, right? They still have 2 open, unfortunately. Tough decision, guys, but if it's a go for the throat, I guess it is what it is, because are we supposed to wait until the opponent's tapped out to start swinging with our Restless Bivouac? No, probably not, right? So this already has a huge target, so go for the throat. Well, we still get 3 through. Yeah, you're like, do we wait till they're tapped out to swing with that? No. And at least it's, at least it didn't affect... Okay, well that's like a Wandering Emperor if I've ever seen one, right? I'm scared, guys. We still swing though. Yeah, we can't risk not doing anything. It's much better to risk actually doing something. Wandering Emperor. We still have Rabbit Battery. That's something, dude. That's something, because we can still equip them. Planar Disruption does take care of Wandering Emperor. Takes it out of the equation, right? Enchanted Permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. But we're probably going to attempt to swing at the Emperor instead. Spirited Companion. So, I know it doesn't look like much, but it's been 2 go for the throats, Ossification, and a Wandering Emperor, so 4 pieces of spot removal. We're actually holding together quite nicely, I'd say. Nahiri off the top, dude. Holy cow. Still got 3 mana open, though. This is really good. That was a terrific draw on so many levels, man. Now we could, if they Seat of the Empire, if they block, okay, I'm gonna go Hexgold Halberd for the first strike because I want to play around Seat of the Empire here. And so what ends up happening then is Seat doesn't hit the 5. Oh, Hexgold Halberd for free off the top. So, and if they block, they don't have first strike on either of their creatures, so... Okay, we should definitely play this. Get a Rebel. That was a top deck, dude. That was wild. Sunfall. Guess what? Rabbit Battery is still persistent. Ooh, Astor. Dude, did we just win? We just won. Well, wait. This could be a cut down for Rabbit Battery. It doesn't matter what we grab here. We could grab the another Rabbit Battery though, just in case. Give it haste. Give it double strike. And I could go. I want to get this swing though. I could do more, but I want to get the swing before they concede. GG opponent. GG. What a couple of top decks, dude. What on earth? Let's think about this. Let's if it was any creature, we still had Rabbit Battery, right? So if it was like Kellan, that's a 2/2 double strike. And they had 1 mana here. They couldn't power up the 4 incubator. So if it was like Kellan too, attach Rabbit Battery, that's 3 mana, 4 mana, that's 6 damage. And then the Citizen's Crowbar only cost 1 because the Bladehold War-Whip. So actually, a Kellan off the top would have been like 8 damage as well. So it came down to the Shattered Sanctum then too. So there was, yeah, nice, dude. Holy cow. What else? What else outside of the Kellan could have done it? Probably, like, we needed the double strike. That was the big thing to squeeze the rest of that damage through. So I don't think any of our other creatures would have helped there, right? Okay, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Bring on the spot removal. Oh, good hand again, right? Yeah, opponent goes first this time, though. Okay, keep. Planes. Okay, battery number 1. I don't think we keep Rebel Salvo open this early. I think we go right into battery number 2 without, like, any worries here. Wow. Could this possibly be mono white mid-range? That would be scary. That would be a hurdle to jump over. I guess the mountain's fine, because then we'll have the Rebel Salvo open for 1. Actually, we might want to equip... No, this is fine. Let's keep the Rebel Salvo open. I was gonna say, we could equip them into each other. But really, you'd only want to do that if you're playing around a board wipe, but it's too early. It's too early for that. Or if you're, like, trying to swing over one of their 1/1s or something. Wedding announcement. Okay. So, speaking of swinging over one of their 1/1s, right? More mana. Eee. It's Bladehold for the turn. Unfortunately, we can't give it haste. Wish we had something else to do here. I'd love to just attach battery. Yeah, I wish we had something else, so that next turn we could just give that haste instead. Maybe we can. Maybe we do swing for the turn. Since we have the 4th mana in hand and we know... We know what's happening next turn, right? Then maybe we can play it that way and keep the Rebel Salvo open. I hope they just don't go Plains and pass. Well, Seed of the Empire pass would be the same concept, right? They get another 1/1 here. Lay down arms, yep. Come on, keep that other battery. We could Rebel Salvo the 1/1. No, we should take this. We don't know what this 3 mana could be. They could still, on main phase 2, play a better creature to hit with that salvo, unfortunately. We shouldn't be too worried about our life right now, either. Rabbit battery. No. No. Okay. Rebel Salvo, we gotta hold on to it, guys. We do. We don't want to play it on a 1/1. Another land. Oh, no. That's what I get for saying bring on the spot removal, right? This is going to be tough because Wedding Announcement's going to flip this turn. Their 1/1s are going to get that little boost. I'm assuming that they're going to be playing something else here. This is definitely the type of deck that runs like Sunfall and everything like that too. So it's going to, like, we definitely need to stop seeing mana if we have a chance. Or if we want to stand a chance, I mean. Okay. Rebel Salvo. Well, it's, you know, it's not mana. That's important. Definitely keeping seat back. We don't even need to get the Forge down. We can successfully just play the Plains, too. So not worry about ever taking damage there. All right, let's get the swing. Let's see if the Wandering Emperor comes down. Double, triple block. Okay, well, let's... I guess... What do I... What, huh? I guess we'll take one out, then first strike hits, then the trade. Is that even worth it? You know what? We have nothing else, guys. We really don't have anything else to do, so at least we spent 2 cards for their 3 tokens. It's looking like a very steep uphill battle here, so... Ossification, yep. Ooh, Kellan. Yeah, losing those rabbit batteries, that was really bad. The opponent knew what they were doing with those laydown arms. You know what? We could grab a rabbit battery. Totally could. I don't know if that's what we want to hit, though. It might be better to find something to pick up the Wedding Announcement with. 1, 2, we'll have 1 extra. If we go battery... That's tough. This is a really tough decision. Because we could get both of them down, we just can't equip anything right now. We can't get that haste through, which means it's probably just going to be more removal when it comes time. So maybe it is, like, Citizen's Crowbar or Deconstruction Hammer so we can actually play it on this turn. Sure, I think that could be okay. Kellan. Deconstruction Hammer. Like, Citizen's Crowbar would have been good too, but we wouldn't have been able to play it this turn. I guess that could be fine, though. You guys can see, like, where extra treasures and stuff would have come in handy. Like, even though we kind of flooded out and we have, like, way too much land, like, it consumes the mana base, man. Like, we completely eat it up. Kellan is out of here. Planar Disruption. Not doing anything. Not yet, at least. And again, in this game, this was only 4 pieces of spot removal as well. 2 ossifications, 2 laydowns, but that's definitely enough to slow us down. I guess we'll let some of this go through, right? Like, I should save that Rebel Salvo for something a little bit more threatening for now, until the poison starts getting scary. Well, crap. That does not hit it. That's really bad, guys, because Planar Disruption isn't like... Planar Disruption. Planar Disruption does not stop this ability, man. So if 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, 3 times that many. All right. Well, we could stop the attack? Dude, we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. I'm just gonna do nothing. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. It's silly, but like, yeah. Yeah, we should at least play something. That takes a 7/7 Vigilant attacker out of the equation, so we get to survive longer to try to find more, too. But they're gonna be, like, generating these Murex tokens for days, bro. Bladehold War-Whip. Okay. Not bad. Their last card in hand is hopefully nothing, and then the Murex is what's holding them open here. If we took this out of the equation, we actually prevented a combat trick from us by doing that, by the way. So that's something to consider too. But we would have taken an extra 7. Yeah, we ended up preventing any kind of combat trick, but it also can't block, so maybe we can still get there. If we can get this double strike creature a little bit heftier. Yeah, we should keep these back. Again, Planar Disruption might have a better target, so they get 3 of the tokens. Good removal, good block. As long as they don't have like a second Seat of the Empire in hand, or more removal, right? Like, we have a solid block here. And at this point, they're going to be creating another 3 mites. We should probably take one of these out. Yeah, I guess, because the poison, man, right? So we're taking 2 out of the equation this turn, then they generate another 3. We could take, like, we could play a Planar Disruption on one of them, but... Oh no, Battlefield Forge, that's really bad. Okay, so... like, taking out the wedding announcement doesn't even help us now either. So this Deconstruction Hammer, you know what I should have just grabbed instead? On the Kellan's Birthright, we should have grabbed Ossification for sure. Oh, man. That would have been much better. Yeah, since the poison is what's threatening us now anyways. They drop us the GGs. It must be maybe another... Not another, maybe a Wandering Emperor play. They should only have 5 poison for next turn. I'm going to save that Planar Disruption again. There's like a small possibility where all they have is poison coming through. Then we see something that buffs our Rebel. And then, or like they have, oh, Wandering Emperor, okay. Okay, I was gonna say there's a small possibility. But they dropped the GGs. Still technically a turn too early, but no, I completely understand that one. Ow, my face. They're not even gonna need the poison at this rate. So Ossification would have been a good pick, but we grabbed the Deconstruction Hammer before they played the Ogier Tat. What was that now? Celestis, huh? Okay. Okay. Where's the other, I guess the token generation on Sunfall? Does that work with this? If one or more creature tokens would be created, so no. Oh, Wandering Emperor tokens, that's true, that's true. They go for the minus there. Dire Flail. Yeah, that would have helped. Well, not really, since they were going to drop that Wandering Emperor one way or the other, huh? We can actually craft this with an artifact, too. I'm going to. One of them, I don't have any in the graveyard, so let's do the, I don't know. Bladehold? Sure. Sure, we're just doing it for fun right now anyways. There it is, Dire Blunderbuss. Cool. We'll drop that GG in return. Virtue of Loyalty as well. Okay, yeah, no, that's sick. That's super scary, man. Yeah, mono white mid-range. Yeah, probably not a whole lot of great ways to get through it unless I played it out a lot better there. So I don't think that game was anyone's game, but maybe I'm missing something. Again, yeah, grabbing the Ossification would have been huge on the Kellan, so we definitely want to consider, like, maybe that's like a default state. When we see that Kellan off the top and we're up against mid-range, maybe we should just always think in the back of our mind, oh, well, we should probably grab Ossification because they're going to play, like, this huge creature that we got to deal with. So that's, or a huge Planeswalker, too. That's very possible for a deck like that. Good hand? I think the hands have been really good. No 1 mana here, but like, yeah, this is good. Okay, we'll go right into Hexgold Halberd. I wonder if we just play 3 mana Kellan next turn, curve out that way. Probably not. We probably want to use the adventure on this. There's no way. Guys, these removal heavy decks are so brutal on us, man. It looks like it's gonna be another one, so we'll see. Maybe they got something. Maybe they got something cool for us. Maybe it's Bladehold. Save the Kellan for now. Let's start with the swing, see what happens. Go for the throat now. Yeah, they definitely want to go for the throat, the Rebel on the Bladehold. And it could be a cut down too. Sheoldred's Edict. Ooh. All right. We get rid of the one on the Hexgold Halberd then for sure. Keep our double strike. Sheoldred's Edict was not as bad as I was thinking. Okay, Sundown Pass is not bad because now it's a red source that's not pinging our face. If we go Kellan, what do we grab? There's a problem with going Kellan, and that is another Sheoldred's Edict. Then we would lose this Rebel, but we have 2 mana. We could grab one of our 1 mana cards that attach for the same turn, right? Diamond Pickaxe does not. The haste on Rabbit Battery could be huge. Maybe it is that, because we could give haste to the next Bladehold after all their removal. Probably Battery then, right? Tough decisions here, guys, and a lot of these tough decisions would be made easier with more practicing of the deck. Just slamming this deck against all these other builds is great practice, and then eventually it'll get easier. Well, it's a 3/3, so it's not cut down now. So if it's a go for the throat, demolition field for the turn. Guys, we're getting big damage through here. Let's grab a red source. Totally fine. Oh, that's an untapped red source too. Hey, nice. Thank you. Yeah, opponent. Could be like a Fading Hope, I guess. Nope. Opponent's down to 12. We have that red open for a Rabbit Battery, but we don't want to unattach it by any means. Got to be ready for anything, man. Ready for Wandering Emperor. Yeah, technically we don't know what we're up against yet, but it's definitely, I mean, in the range of Esper control. Now, they haven't played any, like, artifacts over here, so it's not the artifact Esper control that we've been seeing. Another Rabbit Battery. See, that's pretty good, man. I'll tell you what. That's pretty good. Where do they want to hit that Wandering Emperor? Onto the Kellan, then. So do we hold back for now? No. No, we do not. We go white, white, red. Get Kellan. We want double red on the board in case we want to play the other Rabbit Battery. Could be Gilded Pinions for the turn. I was thinking we play the other Rabbit Battery, we equip the other Rabbit Battery, right? And that could be a great way to play around their board wipe when it comes time. Oh, it's not a Wandering Emperor. Well, now we just have to maximize damage then and get 8 through. And then if they wipe the board, we still got those Rabbit Batteries, dude. This is pretty good. This is good. Yeah, when the big cards aren't played, we have a chance, right? No, even with a Wandering Emperor, that was going to be a really good turn. Because yeah, getting them stuck between a rock and a hard place with Kellan. Invasion of New Phyrexia. We do have the Hexgold Halberd on this board, but at this point, Gilded Pinions gets us there. I was going to say, like, trample on that could be good too. But no, Gilded Pinions, equip. Since they're tapped out too, so the flyer, that's wild, man. That's good stuff. I wonder what the opponent was playing. Some kind of Esper control is the only thing I can think of. With the Dissipate, the Shieldred's Edict, and the Invasion, did we get lucky? We got a little lucky, I think, right? Guys, let's go one more. We're 37 minutes in. I should probably call it there, but I think we can actually get a fast one in. I do think that the deck is playing out relatively fast. I just clicked through like all the rewards popping off. I felt like I almost crashed the game there. Right into the next one. All right. Feels good so far, doesn't it, guys? Like, it really does. Let's hope. Like, I'd love to go up against a creature build. Only the 2 mana could be bad, but this is not a bad hand, dude. Okay, yeah, we keep this. We try this. For sure. I think 2 to 3 mana is where the keepable hands are anyways, and it's not going to be too hard to find the 3rd mana. Lorekeeper, huh? Ooh, we got a curve. Rabbit Battery. I'll take that trade all day. Let's see it. Nope. The opponent says, I do not take that trade all day. Yep. Turn to Hammer Skull. We got to pick up the pace, get around the Hammer Skull. It'll be... Battlegarb for the turn. Keep Rabbit Battery as an emergency blocker. Yeah, since they went first, this is gonna be a lot to deal with, man. Like, a lot. So, we'll see. Yep. Swing. We should take the 6 for now, because that's a big blocker out of the equation. Doesn't get a stun counter, because they have the Dino. Restless Bivouac. Big question here is, like, when do we perish? If we do something for 2, 2 mana this turn. We'll have Astor next turn. There's probably Bladehold. See, we don't get that haste, though. We don't get that haste. But the double strike here does get around the Hammer Skull, but it's a trade then. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Tough decisions. That free equip is pretty good, though. But we had to take our entire turn, too, to get the Battlegarb down. Also, just like any amount of removal, since it's a 4-2. Play with fire. I don't know if we see a lot of play with fire and stuff in. Oh, Trumpeting Connoisseur we see, though. We should chomp. Right? Right? No. Ow. Yes! Untapped source! Dude! This is what I'm talking about, man. Oh, man. Unfortunately, Dinos is going to run away with it, but now we can give haste to Astor. Oh, wow. 3. Okay, I guess we choose the Bladehold then, right? Okay. Other equipment. Equip 1. We're at 4, so I guess technically we can't even do that. I guess that's just that. Because they just full swing. They did all that with 2 mana, guys. So if we go equip 1. Yeah, let's just have a fun swing, guys. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. That's really funny. Technically, we could also just like unequip and have the... Oh no, we can't unequip. Never mind. That's not how the Astor's ability is worded. Good game. That was sick. We curved out really nicely, but they definitely just curved out much better. Oh, fight rigging too. They got their 3rd mana. Dude, Dinos looking so sick still. Holy cow. Holy cow, dude. They found an Atali on that fight rigging? Oh yeah, we were dead even if we kept blockers back. I'm glad we got that fun swing. What? Oh, that was our Ossification. I was like, do they have white sources in there? No, yeah, that was their Hatcher and our Ossification. I just wasn't paying attention. And then Hatcher. Oh. Okay, we can chump there. See, that was a fast one, guys. I feel like our deck totally did a thing. I really do, dude. Yeah, I feel like it felt great, actually. Now we still have to probably call it jank, but like, I'll tell you what, if they didn't have removal, that Trumpeting Connoisseur was perfect for that. I wonder if that's a 4 of in Dino builds. Is it? Do you guys know? I'm not really sure. I've been seeing a lot of Dinos, but I haven't been like keeping up onto what is in everyone's deck. They all look relatively the same. I just like don't know like the numbers of everything. Okay, guys, let's go over the deck one more time here. Budget-friendly Boros equipment. How'd I do? Is it budget-friendly enough? Oh, what was that? Ooh, I got 4 of these now, guys. Quintorius. Got 4 of these Planeswalkers. Nice. Cool. I mean, that's a build around at some point for sure. I wonder if we want all 4 of them in that build around. Okay, but the Boros equipment deck. Let me know how I did. Did I make it more budget-friendly? Hopefully. Like I said, that was the suggestion in the comments was to reattempt Boros equipment, but like usually when we put Boros equipment together, it's just like way too many rares. Yeah, way too many rares. So having a more budget-friendly option, like it actually felt good. Like the numbers felt good, and some of it felt like it just came down to my decisions too. Like especially against that mono white mid-range, that Birthright Boon, I should have picked the Ossification, although we didn't know what they were going to play. I think, yeah, with a little bit of practice, we should have just assumed, you know what I mean? So if that makes any sense, a little bit of practice and you'll know a little bit more of what you want to pick on the Birthright. That being said, like all the one-ofs and everything, it felt pretty good, man. I really like that concept of having a way to search for the deck, through the deck for utility purposes. I think that just happens to be a good concept in general. Would have liked to see like our removal actually do a little bit more today. I could see dropping the Planar Disruption, going up the Ossification. there's this thing that I do with decks that have more than one color, and that's just ossification paranoia, man. I am so paranoid that I'm not gonna get any basics and stuff, so I end up opting for different types more over the ossification. But the realistically, you're getting pretty unlucky if you don't see your basics, and then also realistically, ossification just happens to be the better card, the better pick anyways. So I could see dropping the Planar Disruption, going up the ossification. That being said, it really depends what you're up against too, and this would also work. Honestly, it curved out so nicely, I wouldn't change anything. You know what I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see do too much today? Diamond Pickaxe, man. I think this would have been terrific, and a lot of those builds, all those extra treasures really would have come in handy too, so yep, I think that would have been good. Nahiri, do we want to? Yeah, I think so. I could see it. What do we drop for it? No clue, man. Maybe like one of the Rebel Salvos. Maybe like 3 of these is fine. And then we go up like the Nahiri Forged in Fury. Because we had no problem having a ton of artifacts, or a ton of equipments on the board. The Bladehold War-Whip felt a little overpriced at times. Like, don't get me wrong, for 3 mana, this is giving you a whole bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, against what we were up against, it's just so easy to remove, right? So being a 3 mana 2/2 that gets removed by everything is rough. I could see dropping down to 3, but I don't think I would. But I could totally understand if you guys would want to drop down to 3. I think the double strike's a little bit too important. That's the same concept on the Kellan. Like, the double strike on this is nasty. Deconstruction Hammer, like the 1 mana 1/1 that actually gives something +1/+1, and then it has that utility on it. I think like that's actually pretty important, because when you have that equip 1, then it's free when the Bladehold War-Whip's down, which means that's just an extra double strike attack from the +1/+1, right? Like a potentially extra 2 damage, which goes a very long way. Okay, is there anything else to talk about? Yeah, so as far as budget goes, let's see, we had Kellan, Mythic, and Nahiri, that's 4. And then Dire Flail and Astor, that's 3 rares. And then, like I said, the mana base is not budget by any means. So if we want to count those as rare as well, drop the rares here, and the Crucible, and the Seat. Dude, why do they make lands rare? It's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Because it's like so important to have great lands, but then you have to spend all your wild cards on these great lands, and they should make these uncommon. No, they should make them common. They should just, you know, they should give it to everyone for free. That's what they should do. All the mana bases. Okay, and then as far as like uncommons go, we got Bladehold War-Whip, Hex. Okay, that's a common, that's a common, that's a common. Ossification. So that's something to note with the Planar Disruption. It is only a common, whereas Ossification is an uncommon, so it's a little less budget friendly, but even so. Citizen's Crowbar is uncommon. And this Deconstruction Hammer is common. Oh, so that's another thing to note, right? Yep, Diamond Pickaxe is uncommon. We got Rebel Salvo uncommon. I should have done this when we were going over the deck earlier, but it took me a while to go over the build because there's so many new things to go over and old things that we don't see often. Hunter's Blowgun is common, and Rabbit Battery is uncommon. Okay, there it is, guys. We got commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics. Like I said, hopefully I made it, well, it's definitely a lot more budget friendly than the last time we put it together, that's for sure. And if you don't count the rare lands too, then I mean, it's looking even better, because you can always drop those and add the other lands. Still a lot of uncommons though, you know? And uncommons, they go down pretty fast, they do. But they're easier to pull out of packs, so that's why too, so. Okay guys, enough rambling. Yeah, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.